Republican Congressman Paul Gosar tweeted out a doctored anime video of him killing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and then getting ready to attack President Joe Biden with a sword. Now, this video is real dumb. Unfortunately, because of copyright reasons, I can't actually show it to you, but I will show you various images from this video. And I'll also get to reactions from AOC and other Congress people, including what Pelosi is now calling for. But first, here's the video. So Twitter did keep it up. They wrote here, this tweet violated the Twitter rules about hateful conduct. However, Twitter has determined that it may be in the public's interest for the tweet to remain accessible. So Paul Gosar here said, any anime fans out there, and here's the video. So this is from a show called Attack on Titan. More on that in a minute. But you see here, AOC's image is photoshopped over one of the Titans, while Paul Gosar here is running around with a couple of swords. And in the video, he eventually attacks AOC, or, you know, the Titan version of AOC. And you see with the sword slash there, and kills her. So that is what's gone on here, or what's going on here. And then near the end, Joe Biden pops up somewhere. There's Joe Biden. It's a really dumb video. Gotta say, like, does this work on people? Like, what is the objective of this? It's so stupid. But also knowing who Paul Gosar is, and I'll get to some of that in a minute. It's obsessive and creepy because of his connections to the far right wing and the potential implications of that. So a little more here first on the video from the Washington Post. They write here, the 90-second clip appears to be an altered version of the opening credits of the Japanese animated series Attack on Titan. The show revolves around a hero who sets out to destroy the Titans, giant creatures that have devoured nearly all of human civilization. In recent years, internet users have turned the show's opening credits into a popular meme. I just want to stop there because the idea that AOC has as much power. I mean, if we're taking the reference material here, you know, as literally as possible, the idea that AOC has as much power as a Titan is so bizarre. I mean, look at how much the Build Back Better bill has been cut down to strip out popular progressive provisions that AOC supports. AOC has no real power in the Democratic Party. To treat her as this incredible power that is moving the entire country to the far left is so ridiculous. Where's paid leave? Where's higher wages? Like, where's Medicare for all? Like, what are you talking about? They keep treating her as this all-powerful being. And it's all, of course, for them to rile up the base. But when you analyze it for 2 seconds, it is so ridiculous because she has very little power in the party. But going on here, they write, in the video, Gosar posted the congressman is depicted fighting the Titans alongside Republican Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. In one scene, Ocasio-Cortez's face is edited over one of the Titans' faces. Gosar flies into the air and slashes the Titan in the back of the neck, killing it. And as I showed you, in another scene, Gosar swings 2 swords at a foe whose face has been replaced of Joe Biden. Now, so Gosar's digital director reacted to this, dismissing the criticism in a statement on Monday night, saying, we made an anime video, she said. And by the way, yes, it is their video. Like, they didn't retweet somebody else. Their office made the video. But everyone needs to relax. The left doesn't get meme culture. They have no joy. They are not the future. Okay, it's a cartoon. Gosar can't fly, and he does not own any lightsabers, nor was violence glorified. This is about fighting for truth. Do they have that same approach when it comes to Big Bird getting vaccinated? Like, the double standards here are incredible. In fact, to buttress that point, let me show you. This is a clip from Mike Figueredo, the Humanist Report's video on Tulsi Gabbard and her bizarre comments on Fox News. But I want to focus on here the host. So look at what the host is freaking out about in this segment.
This is Cori Bush, okay, Representative Cori Bush, speaking about a disagreement with Joe Manchin, her colleague, on the spending bill. This is how she put it. Joe Manchin's opposition to the Build Back Better Act is anti-black, anti-child, anti-woman, and anti-immigrant. I saw that and I thought, honestly, like, you can have legitimate disagreements over policy. You can,
Yes.
and so I want everyone to understand that what you're talking about is not some kumbaya, everyone's just get along and we don't disagree. Of course we disagree. Politics is about disagreement and who's got the best plan and so on. But you don't have to do it like that to call someone who you disagree anti-black, I just couldn't believe that.
Unbelievable. If Fox News is this freaked out about Joe Manchin being called anti-black, just wait till they see Paul Gosar's video that he put out himself about him murdering a congresswoman and attacking the president with swords. But do you think they care? Of course they don't. This is all put on. This is all BS. They don't. It's all a double standard, of course. They don't care at all about the video. It is so ridiculous. But going on here, this is why it's not just about the video. It's about the context in terms of who is sharing it. So Paul Gosar, this is, by the way, in his history, he's done this before with a different video. But Paul Gosar shares, then deletes meme used by neo-Nazis, white nationalists. Paul Gosar has a long connection to neo-Nazis and white nationalists, has fundraised with them. More here from Insider. Gosar keeps hanging out with white nationalists and GOP leaders don't do anything about it. So this was about a second fundraiser he was going to have with the white nationalists. I believe he eventually canceled it or didn't show up to the event. But this is after the scrutiny came out. But this is a guy that has a long history of doing this. Paul Gosar appears to ally with white nationalists again. So this is why the video in this context is even more of an issue. It's obsessive, it's creepy, it's speaking to this white nationalist base that is dangerous, that is violent. Now, let me get to some reactions here from AOC. So she tweets out her reaction here saying, so while I was en route to Glasgow, a creepy member I work with who fundraises for neo-Nazi groups shared a fantasy video of him killing me, and he'll face no consequences because GOP leader cheers him on with excuses. Fun Monday. Well, back to work because institutions don't protect women of color. She goes on here to say, remember when Yoho accosted me on the Capitol and called me a effing B? Remember when Green ran after me a few months ago screaming and reaching? Remember when she stalked my office the first time with insurrectionists and people locked inside? All at my job, and nothing ever happens. This dude is just a collection of wet toothpicks anyway. White supremacy is for extremely fragile people and sad men like him, whose self-concept relies on the myth that he was born superior because deep down he knows he couldn't open a pickle jar or read a whole book by himself. So that's her reaction to all of this. Now, also, Adam Schiff was asked about this as well, and he called for the resignation of Paul Gosar, saying he has no business being in Congress. And Ted Lieu also said this is sick behavior from Paul Gosar. He tweeted out the video showing him killing AOC from both his official account and personal account in any workplace in America. And this is the point that's really worth stressing here. In any workplace in America, if a coworker made an anime video killing another coworker, that person would be fired. And you know that's true. You can't put this kind of crap out there of a coworker and expect to keep your job. But Paul Gosar likely will be fine because the GOP leader, Kevin McCarthy, understands where his bread is buttered. And it's with the far right wing. It's with the Trump supporters. So it's unlikely they'll do anything about this. But Nancy Pelosi here tweeting out their response and saying here, threats of violence against members of Congress and the President of the United States must not be tolerated. GOP leaders should join in condemning this horrific video and call on the Ethics Committee and law enforcement to investigate. So that's what they're doing. Will anything come of this? Again, I highly doubt it, considering nothing has gone on in the past when there's been similar incidents. But this is just the state of things now. And next time you watch Fox News or another right-wing outlet, freak out about something that someone on the left said, remember how they reacted to this video of a conservative congressman in a doctored video murdering a congresswoman and attempting to or about to slash the president with a sword, and remind yourself that they did not care at all about this. But when it's the left calling somebody anti-black, it's the worst thing in the world.